Up next on Running, the flagship series that celebrates athletes in action. To the Bronx for the latest stop in New York Roadrunners 5-Borough Series. The Bronx 10 Mile starts and finishes just a few long fly balls from Yankee Stadium. You've trained hard, you're ready to go. And the sunrise is ready to greet you. Does it get any better? The Westchester Triathlon in Rye sends you on a joyful journey. Celebrating its 50th next year, the New York City Marathon. Among the groundbreaking race landmarks, the first African woman to win a major marathon, Tegla LaRoupe in 1994. Northport, Long Island. A near-record field heads out in the Great Cow Harbor 10K run. Prize money for the fastest, and a welcome finish line for all. Always alive with activity, to the Jersey Shore for the beauty and the beach run. And out and back with plenty of fresh air with the Atlantic a constant companion. On Manhattan's big stage, the fastest in the world head home in the New Balance 5th Avenue Mile. Open the throttle when the gun sounds, and then accelerate. The swim is the last flat race section you'll see in the Xterra Pan American Championship in Utah. Just get to the next bend and then the one after that, the finish line will show up. To the Bronx, New York City, USA, home of the New York Yankees. Inside the stadium, taking care of business. When you wear pinstripes, you set the bar a bit higher and deliver.
On your mark.
Just a full long fly balls from the stadium, the start of the latest stop in New York Roadrunners 5-Borough Series, the New Balance Bronx 10 Mile Run. Out and back on the Grand Concourse. Just before the starting horn sounded, we caught up with U.S. Congressman Jose Serrano, who has represented the Bronx since 1990.
The Bronx is truly the United Nations. We have over 100 languages spoken here. And because it's a place where I grew up. And you know, it gave me a home when I came from Puerto Rico as a little boy. And everything I've got, I owe to the people of the Bronx. And the good thing about running versus politics, in politics, if you come in second, you lose. In running, you could come in 10,000 out of 20,000, you're a huge winner.
Over 12,000 winners in the Bronx 10 Mile field today. And why not? You are in the game and giving it a go. The early miles and the final miles are on the Grand Concourse. The field amps it up as the miles click by. The back of the pack heads out, ready to take on the Bronx. A festive crowd awaits. Around the final turn, it's a well-deserved downhill. Bring it on home with a little bases clearing sprint in the step. And flashing down the hill in first is Harbor Cootie of Westchester Track Club across in 49 minutes. On the women's side, it's Belanish Fickadoo of West Side Runners in 55:32. Nothing like a downhill finish to help you celebrate your fitness lifestyle. The New Balance Bronx 10 Mile, a New York Roadrunners event. You've cleared the bases when you get to this home plate. New York Roadrunners 5-Borough Series, keeping the city on the move. The sun rising in the east brings a special welcome on race day. Athletes test the 79-degree water of Long Island Sound before their start. It's the Northeast Collegiate Triathlon Conference Championship. Once the whistle start sounds, the peace and calm disappear immediately. The first wave of the day is off. Long Island Sound awaits. And a special thanks to RJ Field Sky Eye for the aerial video. Looking down at the pack, no question there's lots of contact. Time to put all those pool practice laps to good use. Next, the women in the collegiate division get their race day started. Best way to navigate? Head to the sun. The beach is adjacent to Playland Amusement Park, which enters its 9th decade and is a favorite of locals and visitors from around the country. With the collegiate triathletes out in the Sound, the main field starts their day. 3 at a time, every 5 seconds, make the event basically a time trial. So it's you against the clock. No waves or wind make for a quick swim if you've done your homework. A quick run up the beach to the transition area where your bicycle awaits, ready for action. First, a hit of Ultima Replenisher to give you that boost that will help you push those pedals. Support from the sidelines is always welcome. Playland will be hopping with roller coasters and Ferris wheel activity in just a few hours. But for now, the triathletes rule.
The bikers.
A friendly face is always welcome. First across the finish line, Thatcher Shepherd of West Point, 2:10:26. And somewhat befuddling to spectators, many of the finishers roll across the finish line. An initiative showing support for finding a cure for ALS, a nervous system disease that weakens muscles and impacts physical function. Leah Narkevic of Penn State is the first female to the line in the collegiate division. Home in 2:27:38. Great support for the event comes from locally based ONS, orthopedic and neurosurgery specialists, keeping you in the game. The ALS rollers bring their enthusiasm right across the finish line. The Westchester Triathlon, a great day of racing and a celebration of the sport. Life in the fun and fast lane. The 50th New York City Marathon will be held in 2020. Over 1.2 million have crossed the marathon finish line over those 5 decades. The average finish time is well over 4 hours, but some run faster, lots faster. With the 50th coming up next year, time to begin to celebrate some great moments. The 25th New York City Marathon, November 6th, 1994. Coming over the last short hill to the finish line is Tegla Laroup of Kenya, becoming the first African woman to win a major international marathon. Tegla is immediately embraced by the people of New York, and Tegla responded with extraordinary warmth and caring. Tegla was generous with her time and participated in many New York Roadrunners clinics and benefits. In the 1995 New York race, Tegla ran alone in first place, much to the delight of the Central Park spectators. Tegla proudly accepts the responsibility of a people's champion. Tegla Laroup, 2-time New York City Marathon champion, world record holder, and a great ambassador for the sport. Up next, always a festive journey in the Great Cow Harbor 10K. The finish line in Northport is alive on race day, all to benefit Special Olympics Long Island.
America, land of the free, home of the brave. Equal opportunity for all. But developments over the last few months might lead you to question that. Look no further than the billboards in Times Square. Peaceful protests continue to make front-page news around town and around the country. As citizens, we must be active and accountable and embrace equal treatment for all. Help get that important message out. Strong and inspirational words to keep you and your group motivated and committed to be part of the solution now and in the future. Let's get America back on the track of opportunity and greatness for all.
This starting line welcomes all. The 42nd Great Cow Harbor 10K Run, presented by People's United Bank and Northwell Health. And you don't miss this start. The race is a benefit for Special Olympics Long Island.
They really look forward to this race. You know, fortunately, it's a great run. The course, it's very scenic, and it's like a hometown race as well as for elite runners. And they just come back every year. They enjoy it. We know it's for a good cause. We know that the people enjoy it, and that's what makes it all worth it.
There's a $25,000 prize purse to be sorted at the finish line, with $5,000 going to the winner.
People's United Bank is proud to be back as a title sponsor this year with Northwell Health. The communities and our customers and our businesses are what we're all about, and being part of such a great race that supports the local community makes sense for us. It's one of many races and athletic events that we support all throughout the Northeast.
One wave at a time heads out, 13 in all, at 1-minute intervals, making for an orderly race experience. A local event with all the trimmings, but drawing national class runners to this beautiful town on Long Island Sound. Once the big kids are gone, the real kids get their chance in the 2K, and there's no holding them back. The lead men's pack thins as the miles tick by on this course with rolling hills. 4 women break away with number 26, Natasha Rogers, taking the lead. Two-time defending champion Donnie Cabral, number 1, works the front with number 2, Frankline Tenoya, the U.S. Army racing team, on the inside. And back a step, another American, Futsum Ziena Selassie. The hills test your fitness and resolve. On the inside, Anne-Marie Blaney has moved up with Rogers, and they work the hills together. With the finish line in sight, Ziena Selassie makes a move on Cabral. It's game time. Race director Harvey Sussman holds the finish tape along with Northport Mayor Damon McCullen. Ziena Selassie has another gear and takes the win in 29:34. Anne-Marie Blaney has the finish line all to herself and brings it home in 33:41. 20 seconds back, it's Natasha Rogers in second and Nia Bem in third. Race day is a great celebration of Americana, and families from the area come out to join the party building at the finish line.
We are in every community. We're here as the best healthcare provider in New York State and the largest New York State health employer. Motivation is, again, grassroots community. You support your community. Health and wellness, that's what Northwell Health is all about.
Lots of winners here, but for sure, the biggest winner, Special Olympics Long Island. The finish area in downtown Northport is as festive as any in the sport. Doesn't matter your finish time, the crowd will give you a warm welcome. The post-race party adds to the festive race day. the Great Cow Harbor 10K presented by People's United Bank and Northwell Health. A great way to celebrate the active lifestyle for a great cause. They are ready to roll. Long Branch on the Jersey Shore, about 30 miles, and a million heartbeats. From downtown Manhattan. And Wakefern is well represented. That about says it all. Mrs. New Jersey, Ann Tennington, makes a celebrity appearance at the starting line. The 11th Beauty and the Beach is about to launch. A flat and fast 5-miler up and down the boardwalk. The field is off on this beautiful fall morning with made-to-order fresh air coming in off the Atlantic. The event is uniquely designed for women to raise funds for at-risk disadvantaged children, served by Asian Youth Ministries in Monmouth County. Spirits are high, knowing every step helps in the fundraising effort. The field heads north on the boardwalk. Many later will return to get some of that beach sand in their shoes. Once the runners are gone, the walking wave heads out, and no child is left behind. On the left greeting the winner, Mrs. New Jersey Ann Tennington. And getting home first is Kira Russo of nearby Eatontown in 3139. The field fills the boardwalk, some going for personal records, some happy to breathe the Jersey Shore air deeply for a great cause. The Beauty and the Beach Run for Women, raising funds for needed causes and keeping you in the fast lane of the fitness lifestyle. Up next, the 5th Avenue Mile. Time to go fast. Civil War hero General Sherman sits firm at the finish line at 59th Street in Manhattan. Uptown 20 blocks, there's plenty of foot-level action heading his way. The New Balance 5th Avenue Mile. Over 20 heats in all, age groupers up to masters. And the younger kids have their own shorter races. And one of the main events? The elite women's competition. On the left, Olympic medalist and a 7-time 5th Avenue Mile champion, Jenny Simpson. On the right, Eleanor Purrier. It's a photo finish. After reviewing the finish line photo, officials give the win to Jenny Simpson by 1/10 of a second. A replay shows Simpson and Purrier shoulder to shoulder. A battle down to the last stride. Jenny Simpson, her 8th 5th Avenue Mile title. Just a few days earlier, about 50 blocks north, just above Central Park, the 5th Avenue Mile festivities were kicked off at Public School 329, a Harlem-linked charter school. Jenny Simpson, a rising New York Roadrunners ambassador, was right in the thick of things. And the kids got to warm up with a few laps around the playground.
So the Roadrunners have an incredible platform, an incredible position inside the city from which they can do many, many things. And they really want to invest that influence into young kids. And so as a professional athlete, I saw that as a model I really wanted to be a part of. And so to take the platform of the career that I've built and be able to say, hey, I started through public school and I was a kid just like these kids, to be able to come into the school and say, I was once you, fit them with some shoes and go do the activities with them, it's just a joy in my career to be able to do this.
Public School 329, a Harlem-linked charter school. Lots of kids moving in the right direction. Back to the 5th Avenue Mile race day, men's elite competition. 3 men are at the front. Left to right, it's Nick Willis, Chris O'Hare, and Sam Crackle. Officials check the photo timer as the field crosses the finish line and the clock still hasn't hit 4 minutes. A replay shows Willis on the left, coming in to make contact with O'Hare and just squeezes by. Officials give the win to Nick Willis with O'Hare in second in the same time and Prackle third, 1/10 back. For Willis, his record-setting 5th win on 5th. Earlier on 5th race day, one of the heats that moved just a bit slower, but just as sure. The exoskeletal division, for those who have been paralyzed but refuse to stop moving. Exoskeleton is a wearable mobile machine powered by a system of electric motors, pneumatica, lever, hydraulics, and a combination thereof, allowing limb movement with increased strength and endurance. And a very large measure of willpower, to say the least. Winning time in the exoskeletal division, 31 minutes and 51 seconds. And make no mistake, they are taking care of business. The New Balance 5th Avenue Mile, keeping the athletes and the city on the move. Up next, the swim is the last flat race section you'll see in the Xterra Pan American Championship in Utah. Just get to the next.
America, land of the free, home of the brave. Equal opportunity for all. But developments over the last few months might lead you to question that. Look no further than the billboards in Times Square. Peaceful protests continue to make front-page news around town and around the country. As citizens, we must be active and accountable and embrace equal treatment for all. Help get that important message out. Strong and inspirational words to keep you and your group motivated and committed to be part of the solution now and in the future. Let's get America back on the track of opportunity and greatness for all.
The first wave is off in Pineview Reservoir outside of Ogden, Utah. The Xterra Pan American USA Championship Off-Road Triathlon draws the best in the sport. The reservoir sits just below 5,000 feet, so oxygen is a bit thin, and you'll need all you can get. Ogden and just outside of town, the Pineview Reservoir are located about 30 miles north of Salt Lake City. It's a fresh air paradise, and the outdoor lifestyle is front and center. The leaders are out of the reservoir and ready for the challenging cycling leg. The 18-mile bike leg has over 3,000 feet of elevation gain, so you know you are going to be tested. One by one, the leaders exit the transition area and head for the mountain trails. No question, your carburetor is wide open. No bands or cheerleaders on your journey, just you and the bend up ahead. It's definitely rock and roll on the bike. One false move and you're into the sagebrush. And don't let go of those handlebars. A welcome level section, but there's no backing off now. Sam Osborne of New Zealand moves to the front in the 7-mile trail run. A few minutes back, it's Brandon Rakita of the United States. Sam Osborne of New Zealand is the first to see the finish line. Across in 2:28:38. Leslie Patterson of Great Britain leads the women. Patterson takes the win in 2:55:10. And a happy finish line it is. The Xterra Pan American USA Championship Off-Road Triathlon. For those who like some seasoning with their miles. That's all for this episode of Running. I'm Jill Shackner. I'll see you out there on the road.